Hey everybody, this is Law of the West, and this is my second attempt at showing you an interior walkthrough of the Polaris. So, this is going to be weird because this is going to be the exact opposite of the way I did the other one, but I really wanted to redo it. I've been fiddling with the graphic controls, I have been screwing around with everything on this. I've got a lot cleaner video, I've got a lot better sound quality, and just the quality of everything is so much better. What's funny too is, let me get up out of my chair here for a second. Somebody in the comment section from the other video had a really good idea, and they said, why not just go into Arena Commander and then do your walkthrough there? And actually, I gotta scroll down my walking speed a little bit. That's better. But my God, I tried doing it here and it is so much better. I just did a little like rough run through once and everything is working. Nothing is going bad because of the server. All the elevators are working.
Space Industries. Enjoy the ride.
I will, thank you. Okay. There's actually one thing I wanted to check up in here too, but I just want to finish up this little rant first, which is everything was working better. It's just, it looks a lot cleaner, and everything was just so much better frame rate, better everything. And if you can put up with having this little timer up here on the top of the screen and having this little test version down here, then so be it. Even the radar in the map up here looked cleaner doing it this way. So bam, yeah man, here we are. So what I wanted to show you, and let's see, is this the one that has the little open exterior? I wanted to see if it was VTOL, landing gear. Nope. There it is. Tractor remote. This is something I want to show off, and I could get to show this off right away from the beginning. This remote is awesome looking, and you press the right mouse button, you get to zoom in, man. And the main reason I like this too, because I can see people doing stuff in the hangar or doing stuff in the cargo bay area, and you can see them directly from the bridge and talk to them, be like, no, not that box, the other box. Yeah, that, okay, Jimmy, great, yeah, thanks. You know, totally gonna be helpful in so many ways. This is another thing too, I turned that option back on. I don't know how I feel about it. I think that option's kind of an acquired taste. Boom. Then we'll sit down in the captain's seat just real quickly and show you that. We'll sit in all the seats. The interesting thing about the captain's seat is
Space Industries. Enjoy the ride.
Oh, I'm gonna get sick of hearing that. You get the two little MFDs. That's basically it, really. You just get a better view. I like sitting dead center whenever I'm flying around. I'm not really a big fan of being off center when I'm piloting. You know, your opinions may vary, but you know, it's just kind of like a me thing. Okay. And these are the two remote stations. This one, I believe, is the missile turret. We'll find out here in a second. I'm enjoying the ride. Okay, thank you very much. This is the guns. Okay. Man. I like that little bit of a fisheye view lens. You know? Nice little touch. I can't hear the guns still, though. That's a little disturbing. Okay, let's get out of there. Okay, the other one's a missile turret. Also rear view. Let's just check that out really quickly. Yeah, one of the other things I did in the other video that I was not very happy about was the sound, and you could barely hear my voice on it. I was just being drowned out by everything else. So I remixed the sound, and I think it sounds a lot better now. Hopefully you can hear my voice over everything and I'm not being drowned out by the music. Music sounds a little loud. I think I am going to just drop it down a few notches just because I can. Look at that, it's gorgeous. Bam! Eat it. Yeah, good times. Not a really particularly fast rate of fire with those, but yeah. You could probably hear me clicking. That's about as fast as the rate of fire is. Not terribly oversaturating, but... And just before we get too far into it, go to the options, audio. I just want to crank the music down just a little bit, maybe take it down to about 30. 30 sounds about good. I would hate to go through all this again and just be like, oh God, that music is just, I can't hear anything over that. Holotable. Very good option. Very cool. very much liking this. I am going to very much look forward to when this becomes a playable feature in the game. And over here we have some weapons cabinets that are just oversized, and until we actually get something in here, you can just stuff some people or some boxes or whatever you want. Go nuts. They're all good options. Oh yeah, avionics. So this is essentially where you're going to put all your blades in these little areas here. And usually these are labeled pretty good. What do we got in here? We got nothing. Something big. That's what we got. Escape hatches. Escape pods. Non-functioning escape pods. There we go. Elevator. See, this is one of the things, too, that I'm really kind of happy about. I just clicked on it. Wait for it. Come on, don't make me a liar. Last time I tried this out, it just opened up instantly. And of course, now that I'm recording, it's not going to work because that's the way things work. Hold on a second. Bear with me. There we go. I was just being touchy. Apparently, it's like one of those 2-second elevators. It doesn't have time to wait for you, so you better get in there. And the armory. Armory's very cool. Definitely like one of those features I want to have on any ship that I own. I think it's one of the first questions I asked. Does it have an armory? If you say no, then I'm kind of like, my interest level just immediately just plummeted. Like a funky design to them too, like this like one side of a pyramid kind of thing going. Ooh, kind of funky little shadow going down in there. That'll be interesting. We'll see if that's just like an aesthetic choice, or is there some kind of functional reason why these are kind of designed that way, or is it just, oh, it's the RSI design. You know, it has like that inverted pyramid kind of feel to it when you're inside. This room has like a weird kind of slant to it, like it's all leaning. It's like the whole room is listing to the like starboard side. But generally their hallways are like not the opposite of anvil, but it's like they're bowing out almost like the top of a Y, kind of that kind of thing. So it's kind of doing that, but just to one side of the room. I get it. I get it. Main elevator. Elevators have been just so wonky lately. There we go. Yeah, you just have to be in the right position. It opens up right away. Jeez, that doesn't give you a lot of time to get in there, though. That kind of worries me a little bit. And this is the captain's room. Well, this is where the captain's room is going to be, but as you can tell, no bueno. It is not letting me in there. And it used to have an exo room that was right next to it, but it looks like they X'd the exo room. Oh, so I don't have a, yeah, I noticed I don't have a map, but, you know, I know the fix for that. Boop. There we go. And it's back. Look how clean that looks. Like, if you put this next to the last video I did, the other walkthrough, night and day. You can actually read this. This is the proper kind of look to it. Man, the other one was just, I don't know what was going on. Let's jump into here. I believe this is one of the other things that I missed during my last like walkthrough of the ship, so kind of happy to show everything off. Worst thing too is when you're, no, these are the top guns. I didn't forget about these. Okay. Oh, right. I don't even have to power them up.
Robert Space Industries. Enjoy the ride.
Ooh, not a good rate of fire on these guys. Okay, which one am I at? Looks like I'm in this one right here. Yeah, I gotta do something about that rate of fire. Whoa. Woof. Don't want to be killed by an aurora here. Okay. And I'm probably not going to jump into the other one too, because this is the exact same experience. But I definitely want to jump into every one of the turrets that I can. Show them off at least once. And of course, through symmetry. Here's the other one right over there. And it looks like every time I get into a turret and I jump out again, it's going to get rid of my map. That map has been such a godsend. Okay, here we are in the cruise quarters. And let me show you around a little bit. Each one of the rooms are very compact. Now, it's kind of interesting, too. See, it's going to be 2 bunks per room, 1 bathroom, and there's a little seat. And then, of course, you have your internal storage. You know, obviously 2 of them, 1 for each person. And we'll jump into the bathroom. Now, another thing I really disliked about my last walkthrough is this is so clever. This is like a camera view. This, you know, so I'm looking at a monitor view of myself, so it's not like a true reflection. If you look, there's the camera right there. You know, good use of the tech. My hat's off to them. I thought that was very clever. When I first saw this, I'm like, am I on TV? What's going on with this? That's very neat. See, that wasn't working on my last playthrough either. All the monitors were broken for some reason. I felt really bad about that because I didn't get a chance to show them off. But I believe it's 5 rooms altogether. That goes out to the hallway. This is another bedroom over here. The original sketch out for these was one giant room that just had all the bunks in it. And they switched it, not at the last minute, but at one point they switched it up to be individual rooms like this with this hallway area. And I'm kind of curious why they made that move. I'm guessing it was probably a functional reason, like it just worked out better this way because of the way the interior layout was done up. Yeah, but these are all the same, so I'm not going to spend too much time here. And that goes off into another hallway. But I want to leave through the same door I came in, just so you get a better idea of what the interior layout is, in case you haven't seen any other walkthroughs or any of those things. So here's the mess hall, as you can see up here in mess hall. And the only thing I was a little disappointed about was no pool table, which I'm kind of thinking this might be ripped out at some point, have the pool table put back in or not. Well, we'll find out. So 2 tables, 12 seats, 1 for everybody, 10 crewmen, captain, CO. That's the entire crew. 1 big open food area here. And of course, at the end on this side, there's no little island, little sunken island you can sit in, watch TV. Looks cool. I like it. So this was the hallway that we were just walking down previously. So, which would bring us here to the hangar area. So if we go this way, I believe that is the prison. And that way is that other thing with the thing. You know, stuff where the sick people go. Infirmary. That's it. I know what I'm talking about. Oh, wait a second. Before we get too far off kilter, because like I said, I'm doing this whole walkthrough in the reverse order of the last one I did, because I started off in the cargo area and I ended up with the bridge at the end. And I'm doing, like I said, just the opposite now. So this is an EVA room. Okay, well, I shouldn't call it that because that's not exactly what it is. This is where the docking collar is, but this doubles as an EVA room. So ideally, if, space physics actually worked, I would want to shut that door first because otherwise this would have been really bad. Explosive decompression and all that, which is luckily something we do not have to worry about in this walkthrough. And as I said in the last walkthrough that I did, the only thing I was disappointed with is no EVA lockers in this room. And like I said, the armory I know has like a ton of armor lockers, but I mean specific EVA lockers. And once again, someone pointed out this is not an EVA room. This is where you're going to go. This is where the docking collar connects to a space station or another ship. But this is totally going to be used as an EVA room as well. And of course, because of, okay, let's see, pure symmetry, you have that one. And then you've got another one over on this side right here. This is the other EVA room on the right side docking collar. And I believe this is stairs? Yeah, that's another thing I really liked about this. They put stairs all over the place. Very cool. Very functional. Now this might be what I was thinking about. Hold on a second. I'm thinking this is actually the turret that I missed during my last my last interior walkthrough of the ship. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I totally missed this. I felt bad about that. That's the worst thing you do when you're kind of like showing the interior of a new ship missing something.
Space industries. Enjoy the ride.
Okay, dude, you don't need to say that every time I sit in a seat. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm enjoying the ride. Don't get me wrong. I'm really enjoying it. But like, stop selling it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, here we go. Now, what's really funny is I've seen so many iteration on these guns that it's very interesting seeing what the final thing that they've chosen is. And it's not at all like what I expected. It doesn't really articulate quite on the level that I was thinking it was going to. Let's jump in here. So you can fire kind of forward, not really. It's really going to be hard to center all your fire onto one point, like on one convergence point. So you're going to be on your own when you're shooting this gun. You're going to be looking at something, and unless the top turret and possibly the bottom turret are actually focusing on the same thing, you're probably not all going to be able to hit the same targets. So this is how far down, this is how far up. See, it locks right here. I can't look up any further in this. So it's very limited as far as what I can aim at. It is very much set up to be a flanking gun. You know, I can kind of shoot forward a little bit, kind of shoot behind me a little bit. I would really love to have like a tighter, like I'll be able to fire a lot closer to the right side than I am right now. I don't really want to be this pushed off away from the ship, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's get a good view of this as it sinks back into the ship. That's funky. I like that. Anytime you can retract the guns into the body of the ship, I'm kind of happy. I really like that effect. Very cool. Fuses. We got fuses all over the place. Fuses and engineering stations are everywhere in this ship. And I mean like literally everywhere. And these little crank handles, that is so unique to the Polaris, having these things. Very retro. Like I would expect to see something like that on a Drake ship. I don't know what it is. Feels a little off seeing it in an RSI ship. Just saying. And I can't grab any of those. I've tried. Oh, trust me, I've tried. Okay, give me back my map, because I can't see nothing. Here we go. That's the brig. Let's go into the brig. Brig also has something that I really wanted to show off. And it's this. This was totally broken on my last playthrough. Walkthrough. It's not playthrough. So you can see the inside of each one of the cells. I really do dig that. It's very cool. So I think the Hull C was the first time they introduced the idea of cameras into ships, but this really fully utilizes it. They do it in some very creative ways. I do really like this. I do dig this a lot. Now, I don't know if this door is going to shut on me automatically. I don't think it should, but just in case, I'm just sneaking in and giving you a little look of everything. Yeah, no frills, bed, toilet, sink. That's all you get. It's all you deserve, you filthy criminal. You're lucky you got that, so shut up. Enjoy your sink. Your moldy cot. Open up, man. There you go. Oops, I just closed it. That was my bad. Same thing. Yeah, very cool. Very interesting. I see a lot of like roleplay potential for that right now, but we'll see if they associate any gameplay with that, which would be very neat. Okay, I'm holding off and going to the hangar. I'm gonna save that. Excuse me. Save that until last. Oh, that's the bad thing about broadcasting live. Oh, I don't have a mute button. You never know what's coming out of my mouth. Oh. All right, let's go across. Let's see. I almost belched really loud into the mic. I just, it's like no, don't do that. Please don't do that. Here we go. Medical. So I don't remember what they have for the station. Oh yeah, I was doing this last time. It's just the whole, waiting, buffering. Okay, I got it. The only thing I did find that was really cool about this is 1, 2, and for symmetry, I'll open up 3, 4. 4 beds. 4 functional beds, mind you, too, which is nice. Well, I'm not going to set that to anything. That won't do any good. I'm an arena commander right now. I think if I die, no matter what happens, I think I'm kind of screwed. So, and I explained in the other walkthrough, which I'm probably going to archive so no one's going to ever see it or hear it again, why 4 beds. it's really functional. Especially when you're doing org events and you have a lot of people who have connected to one bed or set one bed to be their spawn point. And the bad news about that is a whole bunch of people die and they're all going to spawn on that one bed. It causes problems. Like it's caused some serious bugs in the past. Crank. And because I'm not really too worried about explosive decompression. Actually, no, we got an air shield up here too. I thought that was very cool. Very good addition. It's one of those things that's supposed to be like unique to Tavaran ships. And they're kind of like, well, oh wow, that was a flash of light. And they're kind of like, well, the more ships you give air shields to, the less unique. That's a neat effect right there. You can see on the edges. But the less unique Tavaran ships seem when you do that. And it's kind of like, you know what? I kind of don't really care. Because, like, if that's the trade-off is uniqueness to that one alien ship as opposed to the usefulness that you get out of all these other ships, I'm willing to trade that off. Because it's the perfect, very elegant solution to a problem that plagues a lot of these ships, specifically when it comes to like explosive decompression and things like that. So I can open this up and I don't have to worry about venting the room or any of the things that are associated with having to do that. Oh, here's another thing that was really cool. I was very happy to be doing this in this playthrough. Hold on. Boop. Look at that. Just flawless. Works perfectly. And I know I talk about the other playthrough a lot, but when I was doing this on that playthrough, these things were stuck. They would half work, like these little guards would go down, but the platform wouldn't come up. And it was just like, it was just a nightmare. It's really good to be able to show this off working as intended. There we go. And it's hard to tell if there was supposed to be some sound effects associated with this that I'm not hearing, or did I just turn the sound down all the way so you can't really hear them, but these are very cool. I do definitely like this. And it's so you can like land with your ship, you can put a bunch of cargo and freight there and then bring it right down into the cargo deck. I'm not going to ride them down because I just want to stay on this floor for a little bit. I just want to show off everything before I move. Yeah, this is very cool. I very much like this. And the only thing that didn't get put into the game is, so originally they were going to make this whole platform go up in the air, just like with the 890 jump, and they decided to not go with it. And you know what? I don't miss that feature. I really don't. Let's see, let's go over here. I think the handle to close it is right over here. There we go. I'm not going to land anything, and I want to stop that weird popping in with the light effect from happening. But overall, very cool. And I've seen a bunch of videos right now from the if it sits it fits category with people seeing what they can put into this ship, and oh my god, you can put so much into here. Like before when they're saying you could only get like one lightning or the lightning might not fit. Not only can you get a lightning in here, you can get a lightning and a hornet in here at the same time if you position them correctly. And you can get something like 6 arrows in here, and it's just the list of stuff you can get in here is like absolutely amazing. Somebody else I saw got a vulture in here as well, and they got a vulture and something else. I think it was a prospector. It was either a prospector or the whole A, but it was just like, that's amazing. You got all that stuff in here and easily, like you can barely get a vulture in an 890 jump. You know, I mean, that tells you something. That shows you what size this really is. It is huge. And has lots of gameplay potential as well. So I'm just going to look at the map really quickly. I think we saw everything on this floor. I don't think I missed anything. So we're just going to kind of move on. Yeah, I can't wait to get down to the engine room, because with this graphics setting right now, the engine room just looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay, engineering. I keep forgetting I'm going in the opposite direction. We started here, going here. Okay. And we'll get down into there next. Yeah, man. Looks so much more impressive even when you get down there. Engineering section is kind of small. There's not really a whole lot to it. Ladder. Stairs go up. This is to the top floor. That's in the hangar area. That's where we just were. These stairs go up here as well. Yeah. You know, in case you're too lazy, you can take the elevator if you want. In case you're too lazy to just walk down this half flight of stairs, you know, you got options. Just saying. This is also very cool looking. Lots of engineering terminals. And there's a little components cabinet back here. Jump drive. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Nice. Okay, we'll shut that. Oh yeah. Gravity drive, gravity core. I always think this thing is just going to come shooting out and take my head off. I do not feel safe around that, not one bit. More terminals, because you can never have enough terminals. I mean that. I may sound sarcastic, but I totally mean that. Okay, I think that's everywhere in the engineering section. I found this little bit of area kind of a little confusing when I first came in here. I don't know why. Probably because I wasn't looking at the map like I should be. Okay, let's go up to the hangar. No, let's not go up to the hangar because that's where we just were, you dummy. Jeez. Got the memory of a goldfish. Jeez. There we go. I can remember one direction. Thank you very much. Look at this. This is just absolutely gorgeous. This is the way it ought to look. Show it off in its real glory. They did such a good job with this. You want to show it off and make it look as good as humanly possible. You know, let's come down this ladder and check this out. You can tell they're proud of this work because they create... Whoa, that is a cockeyed angle if I ever saw one. You can tell they're proud of their work when they put a special little area where you can walk in and view it up close. Okay, let's see. Can't really... All right, get up. Can't really... There we go. You can see almost the water effects over in that area. I just like the idea of this and what they did. It's very inventive. It's very creative. It feels like it's like a pool of coolant down here that everything's bathed in. Very different than the other engineering engine room areas that they've had in the game. I would say this is probably the best looking one I've seen so far. Number 2, the Carrack, which was previously number 1, obviously, before this came around. And then the Hercules also, they did a really good job with that engine room as well. So, 3 stations, 3 on each side, 6 total. And let me get in really close here because they just did some brilliant work on this. Like, everything's animated. And I wouldn't be surprised if these things moved faster or even lit up when you're, like, under stress or as it's working harder. You know, everything moves. Everything's animated. And there's some elements from a real engine in here, too. So among my many crazy, weird jobs I've done in my life, one of them was working for an airline company. And so I had a lot of experience having to deal with airplane engines, jet engines, even some military craft engines. And this really gives me that vibe. Like, they did their work on this. This really feels like something that kind of was born in the idea of an actual airplane jet engine and then turned into some kind of like sci-fi warp nacelle interior engine design thing. Blah. Sometimes I think I'm going somewhere with these descriptions and they just go nowhere. That was one of those moments. Ladder room. Okay. Because you can't have enough ladders. Ladders everywhere. Okay, so here we go. Let's where do I call it? There we go. Right here. Let's see if this comes down right away. Yeah, see? Pitch perfect. Love it. I love little doodads like that, man. The more little just, you know, supplemental options that you can throw into something, do it. Ah, okay, so there's a tractor beam. So before I show you the tractor beam, I'm going to open these doors up first. Crank both these handles. Let's get both of these open. Now, the main reason why I wanted to do that... See, even this console system is working here, too. Use tractor beam. That's what I want. Get me in there. It was so weird, too. Like, on the other playthrough, these buttons weren't even here. There we go. So you can... Boom! Like, it has got such a reach. The only thing I liked better about doing this in the hangar was you can actually see the floor and you could see items in the background. So you could really appreciate how far this tractor beam is reaching out. And it reaches out a really good distance. Okay. Get ready for this. Boom! Oh no, okay. Still can't do that. That would be weird. Even weirder than me not having a head over there in this image, but okay. If that's the worst thing I have to put up with, I will do so. But yeah, I really love this. Love this option. Love the fact it's built in. I love the ease that you're going to be able to pull things into this this bay, to the cargo bay, and be able to throw them out too. Very nice. I think that was well set up. All right, come on, let go. I also love the fact that both of these sides open up. This is something I commented on before, but I love the idea that you can roll on and then roll right off and roll right through this. I mean, I'm just going to throw this idea out to some of my friends who like doing racing. This Polaris ought to be the middle of one of the tracks, where that's the one side of the track that leads right into it and then leads out. And you could have the Polaris just kind of sitting across the track as just one of the obstacles. Just an idea, throw it in. And everybody can kind of stand in here and watch the vehicles as they go by. Just throwing that out there, man. You're welcome. Oh, this probably is going to work too. Okay. Boop. Yeah. See? Everything works in Arena Commander. I love that. You know, just in case, I assume the whole reason why you'd be doing that is because you'd be bringing in more torpedoes, you putting them up on this platform, raise it up, that kind of thing. Why you wouldn't use a tractor beam to do that, or even use the tractor beam that's here already inside to do that, I don't know. I don't make the rules. And I'm not going to jump around in here. Too many people have died doing that. So forget that. Forget that noise. Ain't happening. Oop. Here we go. Main engine. Let's see if this works too. I hear it. Like, I can hear it in the background. Come on. One Mississippi. Like, I am not a patient person. Okay, there you go. I don't have a lot of patience for waiting around. Oh, you're going to be like that too, huh? All the elevators get together and have a meeting. Thought it'd be a real good idea. Like, let's give him 3 seconds to get inside. We're going to chop his butt off. Torpedo console. Torpedo console. Really would not be surprised if this one console only affects these two torpedoes and this console only affects these two torpedoes. So if you only have one guy manning all the torpedoes, he's just going to be running back and forth like some kind of MGM cartoon. Load it up. Load it up. Load it up. Yeah, okay. You get the point. All right. I do like how there's fire extinguishers everywhere, but knowing my crew, they're probably just going to use them to hose each other down. And every time there's an actual fire, we're just going to have a whole bunch of empty fire extinguishers. So this should be the front gun. And once again, if I'm remembering correctly, these are two size 6 cannons. Oh, no. Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get it. These things are just absolutely just dominating. I've had the pleasure of being able to blast a few ships with this already, and let me say, it is a very satisfying experience. Like, just absolutely satisfying. Okay. See how close can I get? Get pretty close. We got the 2 rear turrets. The 2 top turrets, the 2 side turrets. I got this turret. I think I pretty much have gone over all the guns for the most part. There we go. And that's everything on this side of the ship. So I think all we really have left is the bridge. The only thing I want to see, maybe I'll wait for the very end to try it, see if this main elevator access goes all the way to the ground. Because those are two of the issues I had. One of the main other reasons why I had for doing my playthrough in-game, this is kind of a weird place to position this right here. See how it kind of drops down a little bit? Yes. There you go. Feels a little awkward. Ramps are kind of touchy sometimes, like getting really close to the edge with any of the ramps usually is bad news sometimes. Funky things can happen. Okay, let's let those retract back in. And also, too, going back to the camera idea, I really hope they put more of them in and give you the ability to kind of flip around between like all the different rooms, or even make that kind of like an internal hardpoint option where you could add more cameras into like each one of the rooms or to the interior of the ship itself. I just see a lot of gameplay potential with there, particularly if you're trying to organize stuff. So, wow. Cargo hangar bay. Trying to think. Let's go up to hangar. I believe this is where I want to go. This is the only place that we haven't checked out yet. Not the hangar, obviously, but what's past the hangar. No, okay, once again, that was it. That was the entire thing. I can sit there and stare at people while they're eating and be really annoying. For a half second, I just completely forgot we began the tour at the bridge, but I mean, there's no reason why we can't go back to it. We've checked out pretty much everything. This is the Polaris. This is an awesome ship. This thing is huge. I mean, it is absolutely immense. I've seen this thing sitting side by side next to a reclaimer, and the only reason why the reclaimer looks big in any way is because it puts those giant behemoth freaking engines when it VTOLs down, and it like looks like it can walk on them like it's some giant kind of like armored bug. That's where that thing gets its girth from. But like if you look at them from above, the Polaris is actually longer, which equates to it looking like it's bigger, which is nuts. So massive ship, massive potential. People have talked about soloing this ship, and you can solo any ship. I mean, the point is its effectiveness degrades with the lack of people that you have on it. And that's the one bad thing about this that I've noticed, is that if you are flying this solo, you have no access to guns. You do have access to its smaller missiles from this station, but that is not going to save you if you're being attacked by somebody, especially if they get on your flanks or you get on your rear. There's nothing you can really do about it. So, but the whole thing too, though, is this is going to be a great station to use as like a mobile base, a place for other friends to come. If you have a friend who's got like a fighter craft, they can just meet you at your Polaris and land, and then jump in and start being and acting as another member of your crew. Or, and this is another thing which I'm probably going to be doing a lot of, is leaving this at a safe distance away from where I'm going to be enacting a mission, and then taking the smaller craft out and then going to do whatever it is I'm intending on doing, and then bring it back to this ship and then drop off like the booty, armor, weapons, and all the stuff that I've acquired. But that's really it. I can't think of anything else I really want to talk about or show right now. But I've been your host, Law of the West. I appreciate you coming here and checking out this walkthrough with me. Thanks for watching, and take care.